What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Nevin the Barber, and in today's YouTube tutorial we're going to be going over a blurry drop fade. And these are just my personal steps. This is my fading technique that works for me. But first things first, we're going to get right into this fade using my Gamma Saber trimmers, just carving in my first initial bald line. And it's very important how you guys carve in this first guideline, just because this guideline is going to determine how the rest of your fade lays out. So you guys want to be nice and consistent on both sides whenever creating this first bald line. So now that we got that complete, I'm going to go ahead and create my next guideline using my Sterling 4 clippers with the lever all the way open. And this is now cutting the hair down to a short 0.5 length. And we're going up about a little bit more than ½ of an inch, just because we want to get a nice, clean, tight blend. And we're going to follow this guideline using the 1.5 guard all the way closed. And these are basically the two guidelines that I'm going to be working with to blend out my fade. I'm going to blend the top guideline into the parietal ridge area doing clipper over comb. And I did leave the 1.5 guard on there, as you guys can see. And I do this just to be safe, ensuring that we don't cut into too much of the bulk. I do like to leave more of a darker transition whenever I fade hair. So that's the reason why I leave the guard on when doing clipper over comb. And now I'm going to blend out that middle guideline from the 0.5 into the 1.5 using the ½ guard all the way open. So this is cutting the hair down to a short number 1 guard length. And like I said, we're just basically blending out that middle guideline that we created. That way we just have to come back and erase our initial guideline that we started with. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some thinning shear over comb into the bulk, just to give it a little bit more of a softer finish. I personally always like to use shears in my haircuts, just because, like I said, it will leave your fade with a lot more of a smoother transition into the bulk of the hair. And whenever you guys are doing this, just be sure to roll that comb off of the parietal ridge at a 45-degree angle. That way you guys don't gash into the hair or cut what doesn't need to be cut. And before I erase that final guideline, I'm going to go ahead and carve in my client's C-cup while using my Gamma Saber trimmers. And I do have these trimmers right here, zero gapped. You guys could see I was able to effortlessly carve in that C-cup without causing no irritation to the skin. And if you guys do want to save some money on these trimmers right here, feel free to use my code NEVIN10 on the Gamma website. And one more time, I went ahead and went back doing some clipper over comb, just to blend out a few last dark areas that I saw on the top of my fade. And as a barber, you guys should get used to doing this with every client, just ensuring that you can give them the cleanest cut possible. It's always very important to go back and double check your work, putting in as many details as you guys can. So now that we have that complete, I'm gonna go ahead and close my lever all the way with no guard. So we're now going to be cutting the hair at a short 00 length, and we're going to begin erasing that initial guideline that we created. And little by little, we're just going to start opening that lever and widening our cutting stroke as we're blending out that guideline. And just be patient with it. Some of your clients may have thicker hair than others, so it may take a little bit longer for each section to be blended out. But as long as you guys do these steps, you should be able to get a nice, clean, blurry fade. And you guys can see that I'm just using the corner of my blade just to flick out any last dark areas that I see. I personally like to do my detail work with the corner of the blade rather than the full blade, just because you can really detail all the dark areas that you see very precisely rather than using that full blade. And if you guys have learned anything in this tutorial so far, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do appreciate each and every single one of my subscribers, and we are on the road to 200K. So thank you guys. Thank you for each and every single one of you guys who tunes into my videos. I really do appreciate it. So now that we have our fade complete on the left side, we can do the fun part and erase the bulk. So I went ahead and took my Gamma Saber trimmers, and you guys can see these trimmers were able to effortlessly take off all of that hair, again without causing no irritation to the skin. And I do like to do this step in the end, just because you won't find yourself struggling trying to blend out that last skin line in the fade. You can just come up and follow it with your skin shaver, and it'll blend right into the fade. So the skin shaver that I'm using today is the Bronze Series 9, and this is a very powerful shaver right here as well. I would highly recommend this one. It will save you a lot of time, and it can cut through a lot longer hair than the average shaver. So shout out to Braun for making this shaver right here. It's a very, very powerful shaver. And again, like I said, it does not cause no irritation to the skin. It'll leave the haircut all the way down to the skin, just like a razor blade. And for those of you who don't know, basically a skin shaver just pulls out the hair from your skin, ensuring that it can get cut all the way down, shorter than the average trimmer length. And one more time, I went ahead and followed that guideline with my trimmers, just ensuring that I knocked off all of that stubble and we got a nice clean transition from the skin to the hair. And one last time with my clippers, just doing detail work with no guard. And I always like to do this just to make sure I can really get that picture perfect look on the fade. And for the top, my client didn't want to cut any off the top, so I went ahead and just applied some of my NevinTheBarber hair foam. And basically all this product does is bring moisture to the scalp and reduce the frizz. That way he has a nice clean look when he gets off my chair. And this is a wide tooth styling comb, just to give the hair a bit more texture on top. So now that we have that left side of the fade complete, we're gonna go ahead and do the same exact steps on the right side. And I'm gonna just walk you guys through it very quickly on this side. So here we have lever open, no guard. We're gonna follow it with the 1.5 guard all the way closed. Again, going up about another inch. And to erase that middle section, we're gonna use the 1/2 guard all the way open. And if it doesn't blend out the guideline all the way, just close the lever as needed. And finally, we came down to no guard, lever all the way closed, and we're just flicking out that last guideline. And with those few simple steps, you guys can see I was able to achieve a nice, clean, blurry blend. This fading system right here does work on every hair texture, and right now it is currently my favorite method to use. So if you guys want to give it a shot, let me know what you think. And if there's any other haircuts you guys want to see, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will get them out for you guys. And here on the other side, I went ahead and used the new Gamma Instinct trimmer just to test them out. And I must say these are a very powerful trimmer right here as well. These are the most recent trimmers that Gamma has dropped. And in my personal opinion, I think these are the most powerful trimmers that they have yet to come out with. So again, if you guys would like to save some money on your Gamma clippers, feel free to use my code NEVIN10 on the website just to save you guys some money. And again, if you guys learned anything in this video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's been your boy NevinTheBarber, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.